Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Hi everyone, hi everyone. Here he. Okay, let me set up. There we go. Because I have to, redo stuff on freaking Twitch and shit. So, as I was saying, what we are going to do is going to be actually doing how do we call it? So basically, we are going to make resources for indie games. We are going to what the heck? Okay, whatever. I must hope that there we go. It's all sent. Alrighty. Hi Ryan, got over here. How are you hoping has going? How many pixels in that square tile? There's 16 pixels per square. Per tile. So this is in its all is 16 by 16. This whole thing is 48 by 48. Yeah, hi. How are we cooking today, fellas? I'm actually doing all G, high in spirits, but let me quickly change what we have here. I have to do it this way, sorry. Just so we would have a clean canvas, because what we have to do is actually picking up making the characters, and I'm going to talk to you about characters shortly. Already the pixel art gap is huge for me to cross herd. It was harder than drawing. No, it's not. It has like again, pixel art is a medium. It's like switching from normal pencil to charcoal or like paints. Oh, headset also. I see. Hi, got over here. How are you playing this game? So yeah, like pixel art is just a medium of digital art. It's like just switching between different art mediums, like traditional art mediums, like from acrylic paint to watercolors, etc. Also, I somehow found myself amused with Hollow Knight when I found out there's a mobile app. I see. All the squares make a circle. All the squares make a circle. All the squares make a circle. But yeah, what we are going to do is actually we are going to make the characters, and for the characters I'm going to make them in a very specific way. Generally, if we look at how characters for RPG Maker are made, you can see that they are this size. They are 48 by 48. This is actually the sizing for characters in in the engine, right? In the engine, which is RPG Maker. I'm using RPG Maker MZ, So, that's that. But yeah, um, basically, what I'm going to do is actually making the characters so they would fit in. You're always making everything in very specific ways. How would you do something in a very unspecific way? Um, uh, something that I wouldn't be able to really explain. But I'm capable to explain it. But how I'm going to make it is actually I'm going to go about the same sizing for the tile per frame. So 48 by 48, but the characters are going to be smaller than this, just because I would want to, for example, make more animations to play. Because, for example, we are going to use different engine that is going to allow us to make animations, or I'm just going to do some RPG Maker magic and make animations this way, because yes, you can actually do that. There's actually a very specific way to play it off. Generally, you, for example, um, may spawn the character which is facing this direction, make it make a step, then switch it and make another step, switch the direction, make another step, switch the direction, make another step, etc. So this way, you can have, 3x4 setups for animations, so you don't really have to do much. But of course, it is very specific. You can also lock the character to not really move and make animation, and you can make juggling animation for a clown. So the clown is going to sit, be in one place, but you are going to loop the walking animation, but the walking animation is the juggling animation. So that's actually how you can make it. I realize I'll put 190, 1920 per 1280 sprites on 400 per 300 pixel spaces on the screen. God damn it. That's actually very. My mind didn't understand anything at all, probably deteriorating. But yeah, we are going to make the characters this way, and so I hope that everything is going to fall into place. We're going to start with simple walking cycles, and then we are going to go for something more advanced. We'll see. Took the pink pill again. Man, I sure love my capybara. It's gonna be like Pixel Games Final Fantasy, yes. Well, at least the general concept. You can see that at the start what I'm doing is actually building up the structure for the body with some, um, random colors. If you're gaming pixel game, if you watch the monitor close enough. Exactly. Absolutely perfect example of what pixel art is. You can make pixel art out of anything. You can say that even shit is pixel art if you look close enough. I don't recommend getting so close though. I have today I have very weird sense of humor, so sorry. Very unprofessional sense of humor, but whatever. What gives? Just to ask what's a good FPS for pixel animation that's easy but not bad to look at. You sound rested. Yeah, I actually rested a little bit. I've slept, I've went to the city with my mom, I've spent some time with her. Now in streaming, I'm going to get back to spend some time with her a little bit more, probably munch on something, but yeah. I feel rested too. About the question, yeah. So about the question about the FPS for pixel animations, it actually depends on how deep you are going for. Of course, the more frames, the more like the higher FPS, the more frames you'll need to do, and more frames you'll need to do, the smaller movement you'll have to cover. Of course, that's hell of a task, and I would say more irritating than anything. But this is 100% valid. Also, those eyes are fucked. Whatever. I'm not sure if I like the head shape. But yeah, so basically I do recommend actually looking into what exactly are you planning to go for with your style, with your animations. 8 to 16 FPS seems good to me in pixel usually. Yeah, but for example, you have to keep in mind that pixel art in this is going to require 8 to 16 frames down for your animations. So for example, you'll need to make the pixel art for walking cycle as 8 frames. You'll need to make attack animation in 8 frames, because otherwise things are going to not really look good. Of course, there is something like manipulation with frames, so generally you are exchanging the frame rate for animations to give them different impact, different view, etc. And this is of course valid. This is something that a lot of artists are doing, though I would say that it's more difficult to actually comprehend how to do it properly. So the best frame rate I would say to start with, out of also a lot of frames can be reused, yes, kinda. Not always. It depends on very specific form that you're going for. We are going to see that you will see that, for example, I'm going to reuse frames for walking cycle, but you have to keep in mind that actually the characters themselves are going to be also made in a they are going to be done in a bit different way than what you would expect them to be done in. So for starters, you need to figure out your own style and go about everything else. Besides that, if we are going to touch the topic of frames again, what I would start with as of the frame rate is actually 4 frames per second. So 4 frames for 4 frames for your animations. Considering that, for example, you want to go through the entire cycle every second, right? For games like that, it's absolutely normal. Of course, you can go higher, but again, there's a lot of work. I would recommend starting slow and then build up the amount of frames the more you go. The more you go about it, actually. But yeah, generally a lot of frames can be reused, a lot of frames can be, changed over time, but for sure I would recommend getting into changing your frames and reusing your frames from the very beginning. Because you also have to know the patterns of movements. So, what is the risk here? imagine that you are going to actually work on that. You are going to start reusing your frames and something looks off. What you do? Of course, first of all, you are going to start changing the frame you have. But you might not really focus on the fact that you have that frame, you just use the wrong frame, right? So it's like, you know, a need for experience with animations. Kinda. Again, not necessary, but very helpful. Frame by frame is much harder to fix than skeletal based, yes, exactly. That's why if for example you are going to use, let's say, a engine that is allowing you to make a skeleton for your characters, so rig your characters, do the pixel art resources to make a skeleton animation. That's for sure. More flexible, but always have to redo frames even if I just want slightly different dynamics. This is what I've talked about before. Like, you need to watch out for how dynamic the animation is. That's why you need to check with your animations for what kind of movement they're allowing you to go through. And then you can reuse your frames. Without checking that, you are as well, going through the darkness without a flashlight. It is important. Be right back. Alrighty. So yeah, basically it is quite important to go through a lot of stuff. It is important to go through a lot of stuff before you start reusing your frames. If you know what frames can be reused, then sure, go ahead. But if you are not sure what frames of yours are capable to be reused, then I wouldn't recommend going into that. But rather, making a new frame. Okay. Let's actually make the character more feminine, because I want feminine character right now. Let's get darker colors. I want 3 colors. I mean two colors for shadows. It allows me for a lot. But you can see that the head itself, is bigger. That's because, we are going to manipulate the frame later. But the general concept is going to be the fact that the head is going to be slightly bigger than the body, because we want this dynamic that the character is like, growing from the ground, because we look at the character under a tilt. Yeah, quite often what I'm doing with the characters is that I'm picking up kind of very specific style, sometimes from the internet, sometimes, you know, I'm developing the style myself and then I'm working things out that way. But sometimes I'm, for example, sometimes I don't add the ears, sometimes I'm adding the ears, sometimes my characters might even not really have any facial structure, so like no eyes, no nothing. This is absolutely okay. So you have one of the heads. I'm going to make now underneath it, you know, a layer for the structure. I'm going to kind of build it from some circular shapes. Kind of like as if I would draw. But you have to keep in mind that this is pixel art and you're operating on a very limited space, so there. And I need those to be smaller. There we go. And now the legs, let's say, are going to be like that. Holy smokes. Okay. I quite often prefer to make shadows like this. Yeah, I'll need to move this leg like this. Okay, that makes sense now. And now the arms, which I want to make this orange, whatever. Okay, this is very specific rendition, so don't worry. I'm thinking about actually lifting everything maybe up to here. Yeah, like 1 pixel up. One pixel up, same here. Okay. Wait. No, yeah. It was. Anyway, let's continue making structures. I don't really have like a typical pipeline of working on my pixel arts. Usually those are made in a very random way. Depending on what I really want to achieve with my pixel art. So I can really tell you exactly how I'm usually working on those, because it's, for example, let's say I'm working like that. Sometimes I'm making sketch like this, sometimes I'm not. It's just so random. And remember that we can reuse these sprites if they are, for example, unfast, right? But you can see it's starting to actually have a bit more oomph to it. But sometimes it might feel like, you know, the character is having like really huge arms. So sometimes, let's say, I would even, you know, copy stuff like this and just make that smaller. This is going to give a bit better idea that the character is more petite than having bulky arms, and this is, I think, what I want to go for with this character too. So definitely watch out. Remember, 1 pixel is making a huge difference. It's a 1 pixel difference. It looked like mid-walk. Yeah, kinda. When they were asymmetric. Yeah, because mid-walk is usually just done with a form of making the arms asymmetrical and just pushed this way. Definitely taking a moment to build up the structure and everything is going to be needed, or rather rebuild the structure. Because you can kind of see that the character is, you know, having very thick legs. This is a stylistic choice, but you have to keep in mind, looks like a newborn. What? Fuck, kinda. Why are you doing this to me? I need to drop the chesticles a little. Sometimes it's better to get rid of the details. The legs are too thick, which I don't like because I wanted to make the legs thick. And sometimes some styles are not turning out well. I mean, I like legs. I really like the legs. I really like the arms. The issue is around this area. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to establish the shadows. You know, make the character shadow, like head shadow, to be known. And now, how can I think this... Hi Skylar, glad to have you here. How are your plans going? See, the issue is that I might not really be able to make the normally looking breasts here. I'm kinda angry at this. I guess kinda? I mean, it looks like pecs, so that's that. Wait a minute. Like, this is okay for the male characters. For example. But I think if I would ever want to give them breasts, yeah, like this. Or maybe a bit wider. That works somehow. Not necessarily what I'm going for. Okay, whatever. For now, let's keep it like this. So now the walking animation, which is simple to make. See, you don't even need to worry too much about these. It's just a matter of fact of, you know, just making things a little bit, you know, different. Also, how does that look like? Does it still look like a newborn? I feel it kinda is, which I fear. Most naked pixel characters do? Okay. Does it look feminine though? Not really? Okay. That's what I thought. How can I make the character feminine though? See, the issue is that you've gotta work with a limited amount of pixels, which is making things slightly more thinner chest plus booba. How would you want to make a thinner chest? No idea. Okay. Okay, somehow actually that I've made it look like breasts. Okay, so basically the very next step is going to be make, like usually it's, I treat it like solving a Rubik's Cube, kinda, you know, compared to the fact that I've learned just recently how to solve it. So I'm making the first row, which is like the entire animation, because this is where I'm setting up the frame rate, setting up the style, everything, right? So the very next thing is actually, you know, going down with everything. I'm then splitting the character in half, in twain, right? And I'm just establishing differences that are going to help me make the character look good, right? Okay, so why I did this with the head itself, it's because I'm usually using a very specific method for my heads. After establishing the, you know, fact where certain portions are, I then can establish the side profile of the head thanks to the already established informations from the front view of the character, and since we have this very specific way to represent the head, which is like more anime-ish style, and this is exactly how it's going to be, you know, done. Usually making edits is going to take you a moment anyway, so you have to be ready to spend X amount of time. Hi Del, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope everything's going? Just hopped in and have to go, but I'll give you a follow. Thanks Del, thank you. Hope you find a comfy corner here. See ya. Usually this area is messing me up, especially in the style like this. Because we're using pixel art character with a neck, right? That's why you don't really see me even drawing, you know, characters with big heads, because that's exactly the same effect. You know, chibis and stuff. Aliens, yeah. Those two. I hate this. Like, the head is good, kinda. Let me change those a little. I don't want to redraw the body. We shouldn't. If there's an issue like that, that means that you fucked something up with your head, for example. Like somewhere around the size area, you know, like something like that. And I see that the ear, for starters, is wrong, which is already causing me troubles. There we go. Okay, now the head is good. By the way, the head is now done properly. How the game going with the guy? To be fair, I haven't really heard from him in a while, so the project remains untouched, and I fear that we might not really come back to it anymore. There, like this. I'm going to get on the other Discord because I have 2 Discord accounts. One for the things I'm not proud for. For sure not if you both wait for each other to do something. Yeah. I mean, I'm waiting for him to let me know what he needs now. And then this is how it was going. So if he's not giving me any informations, like I need to also remake the combo, but I'm also giving him some more time. I'm going to probably, you know, sit down and work on those later. I'm going to probably chill a bit with my mom, play some MC, and make a sketch or 2 and get right into the, you know, pixel art for the game. I still need to make that combo. Okay. I hope that this is making sense. I think so. Say, do these make sense? This is the state of that project. No contact with the guy so far. Waiting for his move. Wait, what is... It's 1 pixel above the ground, so I need to drop it down. And now I can drop this and flip it like this. Okay. I hope this one looks okay. I have to get on the Discord and read if there's any new messages. Actually, I haven't seen Discord for 1 day, as a matter of fact. I do it by logged in on desktop and in the browser too with 2 different accounts. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm doing. I have my PC app logged on my normal Discord account, and another one is a Discord app that I'm logging in strictly. Wait. Yes, I'm focusing while making pixel art ass cheeks. Kill me. I'm joking, by the way, about killing me. Please don't. Won't pick me up, I'm scared. Yeah, this is cancel Skyred killer contract. What do you mean you killed them? Why did you kill them when you were not supposed to want a refund? Actually, would a hitman give you a refund? Yeah. How would you know? I kinda know how it works. Oh, okay. Wait, what in the actual fuck? Nah, JK, JK. I'm home on the dark web. That explains a lot. On the second thought, it kind of seems like there's a button for refunds on a website for hitmans on the dark web, which is kind of funny if you think about it. Like how many times they've actually they are kind of trying to keep their reputation, so their deal is fairly, I see. I mean, yeah, actually, from what I've heard, surprisingly, one of the better businessmen from that side of the internet are actually hitmans. Like, they have the best, like, etiquettes, like the best ethic towards the customer, quote unquote. It's surprising and funny. Okay, why? Because yeah, these need to be like this, because this arm is here, but when you turn it around it goes here, so that arm has to be shorter. This is why actually I'm doing those. It's kinda those, like the front and back views are the easiest. The side view is easy when you already do it this way. So generally top and back view are the same, you just need to kind of change the texture of the face and back. And generally, you know, if you have you can easily just change the frame to the walking. What is more difficult is actually the frame for more advanced movement than just walking. Also, I've seen some of those recordings from the trials, and there's a guy who was actually a hitman, and generally they were saying like, oh, if you say who hired you and stuff, dude was like, no, I won't. You can punish me for the act, but I'm not going to tell you who my client is. That's kind of scary if you think about it, but kind of good for the person. It kind of I don't know why, but now it reminded me of this meme when the guy grabbed, I think it was a pigeon or it was a rat. Come here, you're my friend now. We're going to have some soft tacos later. I like it. From this, what is more irritating for making those frames is that for the side view you can't really speed it up and invert it. You can invert it, but you have to keep up the idea where the frame goes. So if you see that the frame is going here, the frame has to go here. Right? But you never can actually make those frames differently. It kind of sucks if you think about it. Also, I'm still getting, I'm still waiting for the response from the company about the hiring. GG Automod. Fuck yeah. I'm surprised how good Automod on Twitter it can get. Sometimes it takes weeks, yeah. I mean, it was taking weeks for the first thing. For the first and for the first stage, right? We're now on the second one, and I have to say I'm actually stressing out because I'm going to have some more info around 26th. Because on 26th the second stage is ending, and most likely this is when they are going to start sending informations about the next stage to people. And god, I'm stressing out over that. But it's Sunday. Yeah, and from 27th to 30th they are going to start doing things. They are going to start accepting. They're going to start like asking people to join the talk. So I'm not even sure how they are going to do that. Maybe it's, maybe hiring team is staying over weekend or something. But yeah, that's that. So on 26th, the second stage is ending, and then we have the next stage. I'm just worried, you know? I'm just worried. Again, this is like my dream job and I just want to get in there. No matter what, even if it's like just for a moment, which I hope it's not going to be the case. I will really want to stay there for longer than a moment. If I would ever get in, because again, it's, you know, a job that is not really requiring from me driving around and stuff. It's just straight up, hey, you're spending time at home and, you know, making the similar stuff to commissions, because it's like online stores selling their thingies, their own designs. But yeah, let's see. Does that look a-okay? I think around the heads here I would need some more. Yeah, that's needed. That's much needed. But what can I say? It's just, you know. It's life. If not that one, then another one. I hope another one. But again, it might actually come to be, you know, hella difficult to actually make this work out for me. I don't know, just my luck, I guess. Oh well, anyway, sorry. That's kind of a buzz killer, isn't it? Wait, isn't buzz killer like, you know, about alcohol? I don't know. But yeah, we've finished the character. Why was it important? Because now we've established how big the character is and we can actually draw the tiles. Don't know, I'm dull. What you mean, dull? Also, by the way, the book I'm writing with AI has already 17,434 words. I've spent eaten a lot and got sleepy, I see. So it has almost 18k words and around 51, 52 pages written. I'm almost halfway through the second chapter and I don't really need much. I'm now writing because it's like is it illustrated though? Yes, it's going to have illustrations. I want to make those like ink illustrations, like just line art, like as if someone was drawing it with just ink pen, right? There's like scratchy things, etc. We might actually make those on the streams. I think that might be actually interesting. So hey, we've actually finished drawing the character. And I think the character looks fine. It gives a lot of space, definitely. Although I think that if I would ever want to draw like a taller character than this, like 2 meter tall elf, for example, I would definitely need to redo it and make the tile itself taller, because so big head, yeah, big head, so no head. Bro. I really have to say that this is an absolutely brilliant thing that we have here. I'm thinking what also could be done. Because we have a character. Let me save the character. And considering that we have character, we'll be able to actually measure lengths for things. I feel like I'll have to actually redo those already. You know, just I feel that there's something off about that. I'll have to. So if I want to make this work on the same kind of idea that RPG Maker auto tiles are working, then it's going to be way easier to actually do those and make them work. Hi, Kimo. Hi. Glad to have you here. How are you? How's it going? Actually, right before the stream, I've ate like a huge glass of mascarpone with some fruits, berries, like a strawberry, blueberry, and raspberry. Good, how about you? I'm good. I've went to get some groceries with my mom, and I'm happy. Me happy. We just draw now some random stuff. We finished drawing characters in pixel art, so this is more or less what is going to be the style for the girls. I think it's going to be easy to translate those into males though. Wish I could bond with my mother. No. Yeah, to be fair, I've started doing that a bit more recently, actually. I've started spending some time with her. What stops you? Actually, yeah, that's a bit of a question. She works 12-hour shifts. Ouch. Yeah, that's a pain. I'm working 12. I used to work 12-hour shifts. I'm now on my sick leave for like second month or something like that. The only time I get to bond with her is on the weekends, and she's usually tired. I mean, what I'm doing with my mom is just sitting down, eating ice cream, watching some movies. Like, we've watched a really cool comedy, or we've finished today watching some series. She likes horrors, but it's difficult to find a horror. So we are now just jumping between different genres. So yeah. I have no idea. Like, I finished the character and now I wasn't ready to finish the character so quickly. Now, would you mind if after the stream, as long as you're not busy, if we can call to talk about the Vtuber thing? Yeah, sure. Of course we can. To be fair, I was thinking about ending the stream now actually, but I don't really want to make it an hour long stream, but I'm not sure what we can push here. Okay, wanna make sure, lol, I get nervous on calls, so if I sound like I said anything wrong, let me know. It's okay, it's okay. That's alright. I'm chill. I don't bite. You have nothing to worry. Ah, okay. Yeah. Like, I just think what I can do before I don't want to spend the rest of the 2 hours, so like more or less an hour. You know, like more or less an hour. That's what they all say. I don't bite. Hides bite marks. Yeah. To be fair, in any case of a... how do you call it? In any case of a... of this saying, I will be beaten. Bro. But hey, so let's think here. I may need some help with a ride after waking up. Alrighty. I'm happy when I can help, so for sure, let me know what you would need. About how to do the rooms? Alrighty. I can help with that for sure. Since the character's already been resolution. What's the game based off? The game is going to be based off of the Harry Potter story. Like, I kind of feel that there's so much but juju around the Harry Potter itself. But I really like the premise of like a dark academia school for wizards. And you have a split between like fantasy world and world of our times. Leviosa. Leviosa. Actually, expecto patronum means I'm waiting for a lawyer. By the way, it's Latin. It's actually I'm waiting for a lawyer. Bro. But yeah, I really like that, like a trope that you have two different worlds, like our own world, and a lot of other spells are near Latin too. Yeah, I feel like some of them are literally kind of they are literal translations, and some of them like changed translations. So there's some difference from the original translation. Lumos, I think like Leviosa, Wingardium Leviosa is kind of changed. Because it's not Leviosa, I believe it will be Levitatum or something like this, if I remember correctly. Like I was reading, not necessarily reading, but watching a video on YouTube about this. So yeah. But yeah, I have to say I'm a bit, yeah, I don't know what to go about it, but what I can do on this part. So I guess we are just going to talk now. So basically the main idea for the game itself is, you know, around like basing off of the story from Harry Potter. So you have a character, like how they named spells in Freeren. I have to watch Freeren. I haven't really watched it yet. I haven't really watched any anime for the past 4 days, so I need to get back to it again. Most likely I'm going to watch it while working on stuff, because for sure I'm going to make some sketches. I'm going to make you know, the new punch animation, because the punch, the attack animation is just some simple slash, but I need to make it more dynamic, a bit more interesting. Bunch of them have demonic names, a lot of them are German, Latin, etc., usually tied to the specific character. That's actually interesting. Very interesting. I remember there was some fantasy anime that was actually using German names. Like I still remember that, like, there was a sorceress that everyone was like, you know, saying, oh nah, you're too weak, because she was like a glass cannon. I think it was like one of those, or Rain in Fate is using German magic too, yeah. So like everyone was saying that the character is very weak, and she, like, literally absolutely everyone is about to get killed by the enemies because there was some demonic fuckery going on during that episode, and she just, you know, stood in the middle of all of this, knocked her wand against the ground, and just, you know, used, I think, used a spell that was like a light spear. It was named light spear of Vtuber. Fuck this shit, I'm out. The bonuses of being a wizard. Oh, fuck this shit, I'm out, and you just get the fuck out of here. Nah, it was, the name of the spell was Lichtspeer. Spear? I don't know. I know it was like translatable from German. Power word, get the fuck out. Bro, if I would ever host a D&D campaign, for sure that would be the thing. Girls in kiddie grade having names in different languages. Aww. Hi Shuma, glad to have you here. How are you? How's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. How have you been? We're actually talking a bit with we finished making the character bases. It's actually a female character base for the game. Generally, on top of that, we are drawing like cars and stuff to make it look okay. Just kind of to establish how the characters are going to be built and stuff. But yeah, for now we are just chilling and talking. I think I'm working on a drawing of one of my friend's characters. Hey, that's so cool. That's so cool. Would love to see. Let me check what we're going to do next. Aren't we going to make another character from the Team Cabaret? I think we are going to. Yeah, this is what we'll have to do. Yeah, that's that. But you know, generally we are just chilling for now. And actually, after this stream, the next stream that we are going to do is going to be the drawing another character to my artistic universe. I want to finish it this year, and I think we can actually we might actually do this even before the summer. So we might finish it quite quickly, considering that I'm not really going to work as much probably on the pixel art stuff. Why is it so easy to draw anything in front and side view but Nightmare in 3/4? Because it's between side and half view. Which sucks because you already have to deal with the view from the side, from the like already tilted version. So a lot of people are actually dodging 3/4 view because it's hurting. It's generally very difficult to point this out because you have the. It's not like necessarily like side view, it's like side view but with some portions of the other part, other half of the body. But it's very thin and difficult to draw, so squeezed. But at the same time, very easy to make it look fucked up. So yeah, that's that. Alrighty folks, this stream is definitely... Also since yesterday I see a lot of very good artists doing that thing too, so I'm getting more doubts. And of course people, you know, here's the thing, if you are looking for people with more experience, of course they're going to be better at it. If you are looking at people with less experience, they're going to be worse at it. Like for example, I'm doing okay because I have some experience, but there are people that are doing this better than me. See on the DC when you're done? Yep. So yeah. So yeah, folks in the Discord, but people with less experience doing it somehow better. Might be accidents, or the fact that they are using, that they are tracing their references. Like the stream quickly, yes. So the next stream is going to be way longer. I actually want to make a stream that is going to start in the afternoon and go for a while. Maybe some perspective thing I can see, might be, yeah. I would have to look at those to actually point that out for you. And they draw it properly. Again, I would have to see that. You know? I am. Yeah. Thanks Zaga, thanks Del for being active in the chat on Twitch. Thanks Ryan, Skylar, Kimo and Shuma for being active in the chat on YouTube. And huge thanks to Del for becoming a new follower on Twitch. Sorry. Huge thanks to Del for becoming a new follower on Twitch. And folks, as always, stay creative. I hope to see you all in the next one. Take care and